Welcome to Anime Out of Context, a comedy review show where a man completely immersed in anime culture torments his co-host, who is only allowed to watch the shows featured here. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so at patreon.com/animeoutofcontext. Alongside over 100 hours of exclusive bonus material, all episodes uploaded to Patreon are completely ad-free, even to non-patrons. Thank you for listening, and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Anime Out of Context, the show where I attempt to explain the sometimes weird, sometimes wonderful, but always hilarious world of anime.
And I don't.
Oh, you're bringing back classics. Oh, it's been a while since I've heard that one. I'm Shaun Rollins.
I'm Remington Chase.
Remington. I've been cheating with like this season's seasonals lately. I don't know if you could tell because we did a lot of seasonals, but season 2s of seasonals.
Yeah. So with let's follow through the garden path. I can rather quickly infer the implication is that you're going to not cheat today, and we're actually going to cover something airing this season.
So it aired in 1987. No, I am joking. We are covering an actual new seasonal this time around. I mostly wanted to cover Free Run because it was a special anniversary and topical is fun, and Hell's Paradise felt like a fun follow-up for something that got a season 2 that, not the best. Just a good comparison point. But no, this time we are actually covering something new in the seasonal list, currently airing, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Rem, my job is so fucking easy this week.
Oh?
So fucking easy, man. Like, it is. Whew! Like, this is normally the kind of seasonal I would stick in a mixture of like 2 or 3 choices for you to blindly choose from to pick the seasonal because it really doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
But we did get like a surplus of recommendations for it specifically. Especially after our Valentine's Day episode. Because,
All right. What furry fucking nonsense are you about to throw at me?
Well, you think I would show you another furry episode so shortly after a furry
If it was recommended after a Valentine's Day episode, best case scenario, it's a lukewarm romance. Worst case scenario, they're like, oh, you want a furry fucking anime? What about this one that's currently airing right now?
Rather than the one that was airing like a season or 2 ago?
Yeah.
You think furry anime are that frequent?
Yes.
Then out of curiosity, what would your ideal furry romance anime feature?
First of all, crazy question.
I feel like it's valid to the conversation at hand.
Because I care about you, Judy Hopps, main character, front and center. All right. Because I like
game, huh?
I like when my friends are happy.
I don't. Okay, hold on. I don't know if that's true.
Secondary character, the love interest, also Judy Hopps. Side plot, Judy Hopps. Antagonist, BDSM Judy Hopps. And then I think that if that existed in the world, if I could bring that into the world, then perhaps you would show me less slop. Perhaps you would hurt me less. You'd punish me less because you would reach a stage of nirvana.
I mean, I could just completely change this episode and have you scour like AO3 for Zootopia fanfiction and just have you read a fuck ton of those. If that's what you want, I can make you do that.
He says scour as if he doesn't have like his top 10 loaded up.
As
if he doesn't have that shit bookmarked at all times. Always on a second monitor just so we can look at it.
The only thing on my second monitor right now is my Letterboxd. I'm going to tell you that and all my notes for the episode, of course. But like that's the
just his Letterboxd filled with like 13 entries consistently of Zootopia 2.
God, the temptation to just like pivot from doing a seasonal and make you watch some fucking nonsense again is too strong, my guy. But I will assuage some of your fears. There is no blatantly furry anime this season.
Okay. So they were like, oh, what about this other romance?
Yeah, it was more so it was a lot of recommendations were like, hey, we heard Remington's complaints about romance in particular, and it's a new seasonal, so maybe this will be a good option to clarify some of his issues, or maybe it'll even justify decisions of the past, that kind of thing. I personally think that this show in particular, like, it's weird because we got like, I want to say like 12 different recommendations for it, which is pretty high for a
for a brand new seasonal.
Yeah. Which is part of why I was like, yeah, fuck it. Why give him a choice? Let's just show him this and see if it's worth the hype from his perspective, of To keep it simple, Rem, the anime we're going to be covering is simply titled Seihantai na Kimi to Boko. Now, what do you think that translates to? What with your years of Japanese experience?
What's up, bitches? Here I am, shy and horny.
Oh, and okay, let's pile on then. What do you think that show is about in particular, Rem? Like, give us the Cliff's Notes version.
All
See
right,
how
so
close you are.
I think it's sort of like reskin of a Chunibyo kind of story, right? Where
Okay.
they like to imagine themselves as a dark brooding edgelord. Except this one, it's this awkward girl who likes to imagine, it's a total girl failure. She likes to imagine herself as this like hypersexual dominant Casanova type character. But is god awful at it, cannot interact, have heavy social anxiety. But anytime she's able to interact in any way, she thinks she fucking nailed it and was the most charming and charismatic around. So she'll walk up and be like, "You look good today," and then give an awkward smile, and the guy will be like, "Huh?" And then she'll run away, and then like in her head she'll imagine herself with a giant pompadour and sunglasses, and be like, "Oh yeah."
So just Watamote then. Like that is basically Watamote, essentially.
Yeah, so I think we're watching Watamote today.
I mean, hey man, that wouldn't be a bad one to revisit. It's been a few years and that show is great in the worst possible way. No, not quite. The one thing you did get correct is the word I. You got the word I correct. Yeah, no, Seihantai na Kimi to Boko. Boku, excuse me. Direct translation is you and I are polar opposites.
Okay. What a lame fucking title, but let's hope the content is better than the title.
Yep. So it's about our two main characters, Miyu Suzuki, who is like a super like, oh my god, over the top bubbly Gyaru type girl, you know? And she's sat next to the kind of quiet, awkward Yusuke Tani, and they get into a relationship with each other, despite the fact that they're perceived opposites.
And then, as it turns out, I don't know, she's really into cosplay or some shit, and he always helps her out with that. Or
oh no, none of that. Also, they do get into a relationship immediately, so it does move way faster than Dress Up Darling in comparison.
All right, I am gonna try my damnedest to go into this with an open mind.
Yeah, so the things that people praise it for is for being cute, little wholesome, and pretty fun, is the general idea of it. Because they try to emphasize like the awkward nature of a teen romance, while actually having it's big steps alone that they're actually starting off pretty quickly into a romance with each other. It's not the classic anime beating around the bush for episodes upon episodes upon episodes until they actually get involved with each other. And it's just meant to be a fun little lighthearted little comedy show with some cute, wholesome moments, and that's about as straightforward as it comes, man.
All right.
And I think your job will be to see if, one, it does the comedy well, two, if the relationship is depicted in a good and healthy way, and three, if it would make a good like rom-com way to spend an afternoon. Like if you just think I don't think this is going to be the kind of show that rocks your world or changes your views on the grand scheme of life and love and romance as a whole, but it has the potential to be one of those shows where it's like, yeah, it's pretty cute. Not a bad way to spend 20 to 30 minutes. Not too shabby. And
right.
if it crosses that threshold, maybe that's a success. If there's something deeply wrong and horrible underlying within, I'm sure you'll find it pointed out to us. And
once again, we've covered plenty on this very podcast that are very simple and pleasant and that I enjoy. It's not that I need insane amounts of depth in all of my stories, right? While I'm a pretentious fuck, I can enjoy many different kinds of stories.
Yeah, you wear your hipster suspenders with pride.
Look, Pui Pui Molcar isn't terribly complicated, but I love it. I love it. Banana, not terribly complicated, except for the lore I added to it, but I love it. I can enjoy simple, wholesome, just fun things. It's just if they're generic slop, then I'm usually not having fun with it. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, well, it'll be up to you to point out to the weebs whether or not this is generic slop or if this is just a nice, lovely way to spend some time. So I think without further ado, let's go straight into it. Let's go watch some You and I Are Polar Opposites. And we are back after watching the first 4 episodes of the 2026 anime Seihantai na Kimi to Boko, or You and I Are Polar Opposites. And tell me, Remington, is this just a nice, wholesome little sweet show to just kind of distract you from the woes and traumas of life? Or is this another example of a deep-seated problematic anime relationship? Or are you just more upset about your and my relationship specifically?
Well, the show does have like an incel. It does have sort of a red pilly incel fella who, fortunately, he's surrounded by more reasonable people.
Yeah.
So he's not able to like go down the pipeline all the way. Yeah. But he's definitely he's definitely predisposed.
He's kind of the representation of all the tired tropes that you see in shows like this from years past, isn't he?
Yeah. Where he's like, what? This isn't
a girl.
But there's a strict hierarchy of things.
Yeah. Only certain people can date certain people in this school. You can't go outside that box.
He's the kind of guy who sees like a short, chubby guy get a hot girlfriend, and he's like, what the fuck? That's not allowed.
That's not how this works at all.
That's not supposed to happen by like cosmic law.
Yeah, this guy's a fucking quiet nerd. He can't be with her.
So I entered obviously with some skepticism. 1, anime romance.
Yeah.
Oof. But and 2, let's face it, it's got a shit title. It's got a shit title.
Yeah, no, it is the most generic romance title you could ever ask for. Because, it's not like the idea of what they're proposing in the show is a groundbreaking idea. It's just the execution of it that may be a bit different, but it doesn't really draw you in with its title.
Yeah. Fortunately, the show itself actually pretty good.
Hey. So you're saying that the furry bait for Valentine's Day was a poor choice? You feel this would have been a much more appropriate Valentine's Day episode, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I think that both I and our listeners would have appreciated that a bit more.
Well, I don't know, man. I feel like there's certain nuances to the trashy, awful furry bait show being our Valentine's Day episode.
Hey, I know what you think about it.
Oh,
but
okay.
that's in the past, all right?
Uh-huh.
Let's actually talk about Polar Opposites. And so we got Suzuki and Tani, and first of all, what I appreciate about it, they could have very easily just both been relatively one-dimensional caricatures, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're not. They feel much more authentic, much more real. And there's just lots of like little details. Even so Tani, he's the like little robot boy archetype a little bit, where he doesn't really understand social nuance. He struggles on that front, and he's just quite direct, pretty straightforward, a bit quiet. However, it's not that he's incapable of understanding, it's just like not his forte.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best moments, frankly, of these handful of episodes comes when he goes to Google something with Suzuki, and it's revealed that his last couple of searches were how to have a conversation with your girlfriend.
Caught in the act.
Yeah, which is a great moment. It's absolutely delightful, very charming. But further than that, it demonstrates, like, it's not that he is like, I don't understand your emotions. I don't understand your customs. What are these things? There's only logic. He's not like that. No, he's, it just ain't his forte.
Yeah, look, we shouldn't like armchair diagnose people, But I can tell a lot of our audience and community will clock Tani and be like, Yep, one of us. I don't know. Look, it's a spectrum, so it's hard to tell. But
and
he
he's
fits
not a
in a niche.
caricature, but he's pretty far end along one of those sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Which if anything, that's great because it still demonstrates fantastic humanity within him. And a major theme, the central theme of this show is authenticity and presentation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you have Suzuki who really focuses on that presentation. And while she is quite authentic, she has to weave in and out. She's like all of the complicated social conventions and rules they have to follow. And the thing she really admires about Tani is, if anything, he doesn't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. He's just very direct, very upfront, and she admires that, and if anything, is a little bit envious of that. And he sort of has the inverse thing going on, where he's like, man, she's real good at all that shit, and I'm just not.
Yeah, it's opposites attract. Who would have thought? Weird.
And so with the first episode, it basically we get introduced to Suzuki just talking Tani's ear off, like she's talking to her friends, but then occasionally, whenever she can, interjecting to Tani, right? Trying to any ploy to make possible connection. But Tani, he don't know. He doesn't have a lot to provide. He's like, you're trying to engage me in shallow conversation. I have nothing to contribute. Like, this is not my conversation to have. Once again, not rude, but it's just like, and it's not even that from the perspective of the viewer of the audience. It's not that what he's doing is rude. Rather, Suzuki is just being kind of awkward, but being loud awkward instead of quiet awkward.
Something you're very familiar with, aren't you, Ren?
It's true. Look, a lot of people think that if you are socially adept, then that is the opposite of being awkward. That is not the case.
No.
Look
at this podcast, man.
Exactly. It just comes with a different flavor of awkward. But sometimes the intensity of awkward can be just as much, if not more.
Oh yeah, like it's certainly a lot more noticeable when the awkwardness is loud.
Yes. So, she's super into him, and eventually she sees him after school. It's like, hey, wanna maybe walk home together? That'd be super cool. So they do. And she talks his ear off, and he just talks very little. But then they get talking about burgers, and that's that's a bonding point.
I mean, that's how we met, isn't it?
It's true. Yeah, like we were just, man, there was nothing in common. And then one of us brought up burgers and bam, to the races.
I mean, in fairness, I love a burger.
You were like, anime. And I was like, oh my God. And then you were like, burger. And I was like, burger?
A common ground.
Common ground, baby.
Whew. Oh man, and then the real fighting began when we started arguing about what is the best burger topping, and that's a whole other can of worms. Yeah.
Oh man. Shaun believes that inspired by the greats like RFK, just raw meat. Just raw meat. As not like the burger is cooked, let's be clear. The burger is cooked, but as a topping to the burger is raw meat.
Man, if there was ever a time for me to be extra uncomfortable about the conservative jokes, recent times are very much the case. I'll tell you that right now. Ooh, boy. No.
Oh, man. I do. Look, even just like with this quick mention, we will inevitably get like a comment somewhere, possibly on Spotify or something, or a review, where we're like, man, I like the podcast, but you gotta stop making it political. You gotta stop doing that.
Man, and every time I see one of those comments, I'm just like, do you actually listen to us?
I'm like, surely you have to understand by now.
Like, there's
you have to have an idea by
like
now.
We've got some very clear stances here.
So continuing on with this, so they walk home, they talk about burger, and they bond a little bit. Then their hands bump together, and she's like, oh my God, a little hand bump. And then Tani, he's like, oh, a hand bump. Okay, we can hold hands then. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which look, frankly, we need more fuckers like Tani, all right? How many of us just do the awkward hand bump and are like, oh man, that probably means that I want to hold hands, but what if, oh no, wait, is that the right thing? And then we psych ourselves out, and then chances are like both of you guys are thinking that, and so just nobody's making a fucking move.
Or like every other rom-com ever.
Yeah, be like Tani, just be like, yeah, I'm pretty confident that it's okay to make this move now with the data presented. And then, not like a crazy move, right? Just holding hands. And then if they're like, oh, no, then you're like, hey, misread the situation. That's on me.
Yep. And you'll never forget that moment. But at least...
It always feels so much more high stakes than it is. It's like, oh man, if I grab their hand and they don't want it, I think the world ends. I think the apocalypse
I think it's just over. Yeah, I think I think that's what incites the plague. Yeah, at least one of them.
At least one of them. The frogs are going to come raining down.
The locusts were my biggest concern, personally. My crops have never been the same since.
Oh, man. So, actually hold hands, and she's like, oh my god. And they end up going their separate ways, of course. The next day, she's late for school, shows up talking with friends. One of her friends is like, hey, a friend of mine saw you guys walking home. Are you guys dating? And Suzuki, embarrassed, is like, oh, no, definitely not like that. Huh? You're like, just real embarrassed. But of course, Tani is there. He hears it. And you could easily just then spin it off for, if it were a different anime, season and a half.
Yeah.
Of just based on this one comment.
I've seen it multiple times. It's...
And theoretically, that can be done well. I just don't know if I've ever seen that.
I've been satisfied in some instances, but man, oh man, that's after like forcing myself to be invested, which is not.
Well, and even the ones that like end up at a satisfying point, very often you're like, you didn't need to
Look, man, I've been nisekoid way too many times in my life. It's not.
Yeah. So Suzuki basically obsesses over it, has like full thought spirals about it. Is like, oh fuck, I said the wrong thing when he was just right there. Oh god, oh fuck, oh no. I ought to try apologizing to him at some point. But then later in the day, Tani actually apologizes to her and is like, hey, my bad. Because he basically, based on new data, he thinks he misread the situation. It's not like that, and so I fucked up holding the hand. That's on me. So he apologizes, and heads home for the day. Then Suzuki, freaking out, talks to her friends and is like, "Hey, friends, here's the deal. I'm in love with that guy," and they're like, "Oh shit, well, he's leaving. So you should." He's leaving under the impression that you are very much not into him, so you should probably go sort that shit out like now. And that's a sign of good friends being like, oh, okay, then yeah, you fucked up, and you need to sort of fix that ASAP.
Yeah, it's almost like real people have real supportive people in their lives, and those people will want to support them even if they're like, not 100% caught up on the situation.
Yes. So, she goes, catches up to him. She confesses to him, and she's a mess, but he listens and is like, "Oh, awesome, dope. That's a-okay. I'm glad we cleared that shit up." And so they're in that stage where like, no, they're interested. They're like not. They're like semi-official. They're semi-official. Where
it's that teenager thing where you sort of confess feelings for each other, but you don't actually verbally say, "Hey, are we dating now?" type of thing.
Yeah.
The thing that we've all done.
Yep. Episode 2, they walk home together some more, struggling to talk to each other. This is where we get the really good Google search history moment. That's just really solid. They plan a hamburger date. Of course, it's a hamburger date.
We need to go on more hamburger dates, Rem.
Well, we do. It's been too long, Shaun.
It's been too long. I tried inviting you out recently, but you snubbed me. You snubbed me.
It was...
More accurately, your girlfriend forgot that there was a very important set of plans that you guys had,
Yes,
and
yes.
then told me right before the actual event was supposed to happen. But
To be fair, I also wasn't aware of those other plans till that day.
which is on brand for her.
Yes. Hey, sometimes you just get hit with a funeral and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, it's like out of nowhere. I can't play board games with your bud if you have to go to a funeral.
So they go to their date. Also, Tani, he confesses to her properly. They go on their date. They have a good time. Initially, Suzuki's like, she's trying to be ladylike eating the burger because she's like, she knows she's kind of obnoxious.
Like, she's full Genki Girl Gyaru. She's a pink thing. That's the easiest way to describe her. Like, full pink thing.
And so she's like, maybe if I am delicate and ladylike. And he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, I don't know. He's like, just enjoy the meal. And she does. It's just like very casual. And sort of throughout, once again, with those themes of authenticity, one of the signs of a good relationship generally, they often come with, it's a gradual, ongoing stage of like realizing, oh, they genuinely don't mind this thing I do. Oh, they actually like this part of me. Oh, I don't need to hide or bullshit with them to the extent that I do with basically everybody else. And just those gradations of comfort, and honesty. Oh man, that's a great part of a relationship right there. And so seeing that, man, I'm gonna say right now, these two are more wholesome, certainly, but they have more chemistry than the vast majority of anime couples. Like I'm struggling to think of many couples who have better chemistry than these two in anime we've covered. And on a similar note, frankly, with these 4 episodes, this is a contender for one of the strongest anime romances. Just like full stop.
That's some pretty high praise, Rem.
Because it's wholesome and charming, and they do have chemistry, and the friend group is fun and great. We reach there's one episode, and just like one brief point of the episode, not like a full subplot or anything, but a part of the episode is that one of Suzuki's friends is like, yeah, is Tani gonna be cool with me? I wanna like become friends with your boyfriend because like he's you're super into him and everything, and our other friends are becoming friends. But I'm also kind of awkward. So like, is it
almost like teenagers?
I don't really know how to bridge this gap. But then they do, and not in some bombastic way. It's just like some subtle light interactions. Shit like that. Or another moment where Suzuki gets dropped off by her brother on a motorcycle, right? And one of their sort of group friends and Tani are there, and the mutual friend sort of like sees ever so slight discomfort from Tani seeing his girlfriend get dropped off by a guy in a motorcycle, especially with Tani like having some latent doubts about being cool and everything, right? And so the mutual friend just goes up to Suzuki and is like, "Oh, your brother is dropping you off. Your brother is doing that," and just identifying this other man just very much as brother in a very casual way, but basically in a way that's like, I don't need to tell you this, Tani, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to call you out in that way, but I can just assuage those concerns you have very easily, just like that. And shit like that, where it's just so natural, but at the same time very deliberate, and the writing, the decisions they're all fantastic. And this is all even before I talk about Tempura, who is an icon.
Yeah.
That's just Tani's cat.
He's a good cat.
He's a good cat.
He's a very good cat.
So round.
I mean, perfectly round. Like,
it's a good cat.
That is an orb of a cat if I've ever seen one.
Or even like the movie they see has a really cute Yeti.
Yeah.
I like the Yeti.
Who is just friend shaped.
Oh, it's just really good. In the 4th episode, they like there's some studying together. There's a summer festival together. They watch fireworks. They almost kiss through shenanigans, but and it's like initially it's the trope, but then Suzuki's internal monologue is like, "Oh my god, we almost kissed," and then it just continues. It's like, which I mean, if we did that, I guess that'd be okay. In fact, I guess if we did, I'd actually like that. I would actually like to kiss him. And even something so simple as that, right? Just spelling out the thoughts that it's fine and in fact okay that it's desirable signifies a maturity so far beyond the vast majority of anime where they both just have to be like, oh my goodness, what a crazy thing! Two people who really like each other to almost kiss? What? Right. It's okay because like just an instinctual reaction of like, oh shit, that almost happened, but then realizing, oh, and it would have been fine if it did, actually. And I'd be into it.
Full seasons have gone by without that realization of other shows, Rem. And I've sat through those full seasons.
Yeah, and let's be clear, it's not just that the show is it's like faster paced or whatever, because it's not really fast paced. It's just mature about it, but mature in a way that it's not boring or uninteresting. In fact, some of the moments are just extraordinarily wholesome and delightful, right? Where it's just like, oh, how adorable, how fantastic, how heartwarming. Oh, how is this gonna go? How's this gonna work out, etc., etc. And they have such genuine conversations. It's so much easier for me to root for them because they feel more authentic as people and their chemistry is sincere. Their conversations together, even when there's misunderstandings, their conversations show a desire to understand each other. Like in episode 4, there's a bit of discussion. Suzuki at one point goes to a convenience store just in like shitty home clothes, so I'm gonna describe it, right? Where it's just like whatever you had on, whatever's cozy at home. And with just no emphasis on how she looks. And Tani shows up and she's embarrassed. And he's like, oh, you don't have to be embarrassed. And like he notices that she's okay showing that side of herself to like basically all of her other friends. Because either they've been friends forever or like she doesn't really give a shit about him. Like it's like I've been friends with him since we were kids, and that's the incel. So like, who gives a fuck? And for Tani, he has a certain level where he wants that closeness where she's comfortable with him too, right? But at the same time, Suzuki wants to be able to show off to him. And both of those, totally understandable, all right? If you're lucky, an anime will cover one side of this well.
Yes.
To be able to just show both sides fairly and accurately. And it's like, yeah, honestly, don't we all want both sides of that equation? We both, both sides of that equation and to be on both sides of that equation where it's like, yes, to be able to see somebody where they're comfortable not showing off, but at the same time, they're so into us that they want to put in the effort and show off. And likewise, we just want to have those moments where we're able to be comfortable and moments where we can show off. It's so simple, but man, this show fucking nails it, Shaun.
Yeah. I mean, like, most people don't care about my opinion on these things, but spoiler alert, Rem, back in 2024 when this manga finished, I just blitzed the whole thing in like 2 afternoons. It was just pure candy. It was just so sweet. It was wonderful. And then I heard it got an anime adaptation. I was like, hell yeah, brother.
So well deserved. Give me more of this any day, because this is a relationship I can root for, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, they're awkward and fumbling around, and real life can get in the way. But they're both trying their damnedest. And it's very cute, very mature. The show is mature. The characters are like teenagers with elements of maturity.
Yeah.
Like, look, they're messes, which is delightful. But they have that like they have those spikes of maturity that teenagers genuinely have,
Mhm.
where teenagers, it's not that they're wildly immature all the time. Rather, each teenager will have their own idiosyncratic maturity, where it's an uneven playing field. In some ways, they will be extremely immature, and in other ways, you're like, oh shit, you're just as mature as any adult I know. And understanding that about teenagers, and then having a cast of teenagers where those levels of maturity aren't going to be the same for all of them, right? It's great to see. It's fascinating and compelling, and it feels honest.
Yeah, and I'll even tell you this much. It's a sign of a good romance story when they tell you they do what they want to do and then they get out quick. This manga only has the manga only has 8 volumes, which amounts to about 65 chapters, and it was like a day and a half worth of a read for me. And I was like, got in, got out, good shit. It was nice. It was good. It was nice and wholesome. Did it make me feel a little lonely? You bet your ass it did. That's how you know it does its job well.
Oh man.
You know you've got a good romance manga on your hand when you're reading it. You're like, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
And then for some people, they can actually be like, I'm glad I have something similar to this. Whereas me, I've got Remington. Isn't that nice?
I'll always be here for you, Shaun.
Oh God, I need a hamburger. But yeah, no, like it's just a genuinely nice and pleasant experience. And I mean, it's not going to change the world or anything, but it's a good example of what a healthy a slice of life comedy show about healthy relationships could be.
Yeah, just extremely well crafted. Also, basically tangential to everything. I love the visuals for the OP.
Oh yeah,
That just it's
super
charming.
aesthetic. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of Lego here and there, a little bit of just like weird 3D animation. Like it's just got all the fun little weird niches you need.
It's delightful. So yeah, this is a great show, great romance anime, better than the vast majority of romances we have covered, like by miles.
You know, it's nice to cover something nice every once in a while, isn't it, Rem?
It is. It genuinely is.
Yeah, would have been a little awkward if I sandwiched a really good anime in between our anniversary episodes. I'm gonna tell you that much. The flow would have been off. You would have been riding so high. And
look, man, however you want to justify your furry bait bullshit. All right?
Look, man, I saw the opportunity to fuck with you. That's all I saw, and that's what I needed. I just needed a little bit of that because I knew we were doing something wholesome for the episodes surrounding Valentine's Day. So I was like, all right, we gotta get something nasty in there. We gotta put something awful in there. We can't let people forget how this show started.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, no, it's great. But how great is it, Rem? What do you think the mouse score for Polar Opposites is?
Okay, it's gotta be good. Come on. Okay. Slice of Life takes a light penalty. It shouldn't, but it does. But it's such a well done romance, and people have to see that, don't they? Look, I want to believe that it's higher than Hell's Paradise. So I'm gonna say,
you know, let me just double check Hell's Paradise real quick. Let me just double check that. I want to have that mental comparison. Okay, I've got the number.
I want to say I'm gonna guess 8.2 because I'm pretty sure that's higher than Hell's Paradise was.
I can tell you what Hell's Paradise was.
Yeah, remind me what Hell's Paradise was.
Yeah. I have no qualms about reminding you.
So I can guarantee that I guess higher.
It's Hell's Paradise with 500,000 ratings is 8.09.
Okay, I'm gonna say 8.19.
That your final answer?
Yep.
Okay. Well, Sei Hantai na Kimi to Boku is new show. Only 8 episodes out currently. I believe it's going to have a 12 episode season, if I'm not mistaken. So they'll cover like a couple volumes at least, like, or just one volume. Doesn't really matter, honestly. They could very easily do all 8 volumes of this manga as like 3 seasons, and it would be perfect. Or maybe they'll just hypercondense it. Who can say? Either way, though, only at the time of this recording, only 8 episodes are out. But with those 8 episodes, only 19,000 people have reviewed this show.
Criminal.
Yeah, no, it's you could call it a sleeper hit, honestly. Like, people just aren't as paying attention to it as much as they should. But those that are paying attention to it gave it a nice and respectable rating of 8.20.
Oh, I was right there.
You were right there. You're right there, but the Hell's Paradise information made you go down a little bit.
I talked myself down just a touch.
Just a bit. Oh.
But I am thrilled that it's higher.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. And that's
it's so, guys, if you are into romance at all, it's a good one. It's a real solid one.
Yeah. Like, it just so happens that, there were 26 times more people reviewed Hell's Paradise. It's had a little more time, but, But no, genuinely, Rem, this is probably one of the best shows of this currently airing season that isn't listed as a sequel series or of any kind. Like, there's not much else this season that quite stands up in terms of just raw quality for doing what it's doing. There are plenty of good shows, but I think this is easily one of the best. It's just, people aren't talking about it as much. Well, except for our community. Our community, like, I think I mentioned it at the front of the podcast, but we got a bunch of people who were both upset with me, as well as were still enjoyed the furry bait episode. We're all like, but hey, if you actually do want to show them something nice and good and wholesome, this is a good recommendation. Because we did get quite a few recommendations for this one specifically, both in emails and on our Discord and whatnot. And it's like,
look, this show understands that, like, the thing with romance is rarely, are they going to get together, right? Some can pull that off in an interesting way, most don't. But
it's usually because there's like some other extenuating circumstances that make it interesting, rather than just a will they, won't they.
Yeah, but just being like, hey, let's set up this couple, have a good friend group. It's not wildly over the top, but it has specific, meaningful details, and a lot of personality. Hell yeah! Every time she gets overwhelmed and turns into an amorphous blob.
A pink thing is how I would describe it.
Oh, hey, sometimes it's a rainbow.
It's true. Like, when
blob.
she gets really excited, like, it's just multicolored. Like,
well, one time, when she was when he called her adorable, and it was like a blushing blob. But yeah, when she just becomes full blob, that's great. Find someone that can turn you into a blob.
Believe me, man, I'm trying. I'm trying so hard.
I blob that boy 3 times a week.
So frequent. Oh my.
Dylan handles the other 4 days.
I mean, well, convenience. We do live together, so that does make it easier.
Yeah.
Christ. So I guess with that in mind, Rem, there's not much else to say, but my final question for you, is there any chance you'd like to watch a little bit more of You and I Are Polar Opposites?
Oh, of course.
Okay. Wow. Isn't that nice? But with that in mind, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed Remington actually getting to see some genuine, wholesome, romantic interaction, it's not going to happen frequently, but you can go over and leave us a review wherever you get your podcasts. They do mean the world to us, and we do read every single one, even the bad ones. Man, oh man, are there some bad ones. And if that is still not enough for you, you can head on over to twitch.tv/anime-out-of-context, where myself, Dylan, and Remington occasionally play video games very poorly. Dylan's been playing more vampire games. They are neat. And if that is still not enough for you, patreon.com/anime-out-of-context, where you get access to all kinds of lovely bonus material, including the opportunity to be thanked live on the podcast. So, Rem, who are we thanking this week?
I just do want to shout out one of the more recent reviews of the podcast. Title PogChamp Pussy Man Shaun Rollins.
I haven't seen that one. Hold on.
And then the substance of the review, 5 stars. So thank you.
Oh, great, fantastic.
Substance of the review. Just looked up a picture of who Judy Hopps is, and honestly, I get it.
Oh God, that's the nice thing. If you put 5 stars, you can write whatever you want. It's true. We won't stop you.
Oh, fucking hell. All right, well, as always, we'd like to send our regards to all of our bland bitch protagonists, as well as our magical girls, who we really appreciate. But moving on, we get to our yandere waifus. who are being open and honest with their feelings for once. And on that list we have Snooty Root, Gripin. Shaun, you are not going to amount to anything when you grow up except handsome, loved, rich, and with an 8-inch.
Oh, well. Thank you for the compliments, Dylan. You can edit that out as much as you please, but I'm sure you won't, just to fuck with me.
Oh, hell. Ma wants to thank y'all for being one of the best parts of my week. Tech Turtle, the wheels rolling towards a mirror I need you revisit. Red and Belgian Waffle, Yeti Ramsey remembers Porous Boris. Man, Porous Boris, the man of many holes.
I still don't like that tagline.
It's such a good fucking tagline.
It's good, but I hate it. You know?
I want to commission art for Porous Boris, but man, it would take a talented artist to...
We know so many...
Make it come alive.
We know... Use different words, please.
I just want Porous Boris to be real. I want Porous Boris to be like pulled out of the chalk zone, you know?
Whoa. What a niche reference, my guy. That show got canceled, didn't it? Like, I think I got like half a season or something. It didn't last long.
I think about that show relatively often, not directly, but for one simple reason. And that's they had an episode about putting the lime in the coconut and shaking it all up, right?
Oh, it had 4 seasons.
Holy shit, that's more than I expected.
Same. 40 episodes total, but yeah.
But yeah, so whenever I think of limes and coconuts, I end up thinking of the chalk zone.
That is very strange, my friend.
Yeah.
Even look, we grew up in the
I
same.
don't think I liked the show much.
Oh, I don't think anybody did.
I mean, it got 4 seasons. Somebody was liking it. Somebody enjoyed that show.
I mean, it was early 2000s Nickelodeon, my guy. So many weird things got greenlit and then dropped and then forgotten about or pushed aside for the ether.
Oh man, now I gotta add Chalk Zone to the possibility list for an April Fool's at some point. It ain't on the short list, but like it's on the long list. Bobby Stanny. It's okay, Shaun. Women can't hear podcasts. This is why you're single and they won't be mad. Women notoriously, they simply cannot hear podcasts.
It's at a frequency that just doesn't register.
Oh,
That's why we have such a strong... No, not gonna make that joke. Never mind.
Back to normal potato farming, I guess. Is Egg Shaun and Judy Hopps Yuri #diversity win? Will Remington talk about the time God makes Hosea marry a hoe? Shaun constantly cucked as Judy tops the Pope. Bakugan anal beats turn Shaun into a Beyblade launcher. Welcome to Sword Art Remington. Why does Princess Cialis keep dying? Caldarius, Ryan Moody, week 35 of using my Patreon name to request code Geese. Sparsy, sentenced to be a podcast host. What does Goon got to do with it? I nearly got banned on a Patreon live for one of my Shaun names. How dare you do this to me? Shaun, you ginger pussy plastic cuck. Yeah, I mean, let's be abundantly clear. If you subscribe to any other...
Yeah, that's on you.
Anybody else on Patreon. And if they see your fucked up names and they're like, hey man, we can't have that here. Like they are the ones being reasonable. We're the unreasonable ones for
putting up with it.
For putting up with it and putting gasoline on the fire, as it were. That look, it's all right if we burn our house down, but you can't then take all this gasoline to somebody else's place and start pouring it, right? Be like, oh no, but I got the gasoline from the place down the road. It's like, no, you got to keep the gasoline here.
Yeah, no.
You can't.
Like, I've long said that
take it away at your own risk.
If people have one Patreon account and subscribe to other creators other than us, I feel so bad for some of them. Like, I fear for the day that I'm watching, like, a big content creator and they read out their Patreon names and one of you fuckers show up. That's my big fear.
Yeah, just they're like, the Red Pill Pussy Man.
And I'm like...
Double-Barrel Rollins.
Because, like, there's a non-zero chance where
this person just ends up being like, man, this guy Shaun Rollins is really into my stuff. He has multiple
weird ass
accounts, and they're all very horny in odd ways.
And then there's like it's not impossible, but there would be a chance that if they ever showed up on a podcast as a guest, they would have heard all of this before and then asked us to our face. And I don't know if I would be able to emotionally handle that.
My God, you're the pussy man. You're the notorious pussy man that I've heard so much of all this time. Swaraj Verdi, Jake Dent, Wolfire 56, Leonard 98, Lucky Stars, the King of Moe. Shaun, please put Rem in the jar. I'm getting bored of Judy. Any thoughts on Israel? Don't be a coward, Shaun.
Please don't ask that question. You already know the answer.
Look, if you're asking the podcast stance, that's one thing, but Shaun's stance, I don't think you want to hear it.
Okay. God.
Oh God, we look. We live in a hellscape. We all understand that.
Look,
right?
we're praying. We're not religious men. We're praying.
Yeah, you gotta laugh at the sulfur and brimstone sometimes. All right.
Yeah, lest they consume us.
You have to laugh when the boulder that you've spent ages on rolling up that hill rolls back down and flattens you a bit. All right. You have to. One must imagine Sisyphus committed to the bit.
Yeah, like what's the easiest thing we can say here? Free Palestine? That seems like the easiest thing we can say. That should offer enough clarity to where we stand. If you couldn't already tell.
I can't believe I made an account for this. Wes Kane, Bento Kato. Oh no, I dropped something. I'm going to set down my Appletini and bend over at the waist to pick it up. It's been fun, guys. See you next Christmas. Remington is right. Josh Stepanier. This week's identity pitch, Henry Rollins' disowned grandson. Just
that would be a wild lore drop, wouldn't it? Do you not know Henry Rollins?
Who the fuck is Henry Rollins?
Okay.
Who the fuck are you?
This is normally the part where I would throw in a brief little music clip of either Rollins' tenure in Black Flag or some Rollins band stuff, but YouTube threatened to burn down my house the last time I used a song even a couple seconds in an episode, so I'd rather not.
It does not help me that he's in the Henry Rollins show. I don't know who Henry Rollins is. He does a lot.
Yes, he does.
Apparently, he does a lot.
Yeah, I don't know much else about him. I just know that I happen to share a last name with him.
Excuse me, that lolly is at least 500
he's a musician,
years old,
if that helps. But I would not be surprised if he's not. I don't know much else about him.
Yeah.
I'm sure Dylan will be able to tell us more.
And now we move on to our boy wizard here. Shaun, what are they gonna get this week? CEO, Seraphim the Shark Plushie, Aisha Gudgy, Blarf, Macaroni Uchiha, Daniel Riot. The Danish Viking will conquer the world with Roner Zoro as my navigator. Shaun ruined my happy sugar life when he had the palest skin and yet somehow the brownest nose I have ever seen. Hashtag Rudolph Rollins.
What?
See, sometimes they build off of shit I've said, and other times they just freestyle it.
They do their own thing.
And either one can be pretty great. Super Zoo, Erica McCorkle. I really hope I wasn't late. I'm so sorry. Link Jokerl, Hayden Cristani. Shaun wants to give Spoon Man a thank and yank. Rem uses the drums of liberation to free all weeps from bad anime. I want a Marvel movie starring Shaun as Spider-Man and Remington as Big Wheel. Shyamalanathon apologist. Daddy Rem, tell me bedtime story about Shaun's nut. Turban. Make Shaun watch every Adam Sandler movie next year for April Fools. Stacy's mom. Amazing Muffin. Watching Requiem for a Spoon Man at 0.5 speed. King Ridgerock. Pro tips out of context as Run at Things Post will come back soon. Titan CNH, the Susanator. Rock hard for Geodudes, Rem's big natties make the Shonen boys unfloppy. Oh my God.
It's rare for them to comment on your body.
It's true.
Rem's big naturals.
My sloppy natties.
Oh.
Yandere Neko, anime. Misko wanted the skills of my enemies, not the skulls, but thanks anyway, I'll find somewhere to keep these. Fern the Fern. G bottom AK Bear Trap. Another try at giving Rem Hippopotamonstrosquipedaliophobia.
Better.
It helps. It's the second time I've seen it.
Yep.
Rem doesn't completely hate my favorite shows. No Waifu, No Waifu. Red Pill Rollins has shown up over 9,000 times in the Epstein files.
I really fucking hate that. I really hate that. Like that is high tier of things I hate. Like that.
It sort of has it all, right? You got the Red Pill Rollins right there. You got an anime meme reference, and then just make it topical. It just
God.
What more can you ask for?
I hate. God, please don't subscribe to anybody else with that username either, please. I'm fucking begging
I'd be
you.
like, who is this Red Pill Rollins?
God, it'll be the end of my life if somebody Googles Red Pill Rollins and I show
right-wing
up.
grifter, and they'll be like, he hosts an anime podcast, and they'll be like, of course he does. Of course he does. Don't they all?
Oh no.
Cheese Monkey, Jax, Fenrir Foxhole, Professor Fox, Jam Hands, Rem and Sean can taste my big three. Farmer Weeb's weird little dude of the week to help reach quota is Alexander the Great. A lovely weird little dude of the week right there.
Did you know that Dylan actually added a chorus of weird little dudes in the episode?
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. He brought my artistic vision to life, and I'm proud that we can finally, after all these years, create something worth listening to.
Gee, thanks. Thanks, bud.
Ross Palmer and Cassidy. Now we move on to the Boy Wizard tier. What are they gonna get this week, Sean?
Genuinely hardest fucking time figuring something out. So I'm just going with like Japanese snacks you can get at a konbini.
Sure.
Because I mean, there was a whole like majority of an episode where there was a konbini.
Sure.
You know.
On that list we have Triangle Warlock.
Bourbon Alfort mini chocolates, which are apparently just like little chocolates and biscuits kind of mushed together.
Toaster Bath 6174, or you can just say Capricar's Constant.
Black Thunder.
Wow. Melnick Suzuki.
Meiji Galbo.
Will supports Remington being a political leader.
Well, let's try it. Ragu no Poro chocolate brownie cake.
I feel like you made that sound way more exotic than it turned out
Look,
to
man,
be.
they're mixing multiple cultures here. Like, I don't know what is supposed to be French.
I feel like the bulk of it was chocolate brownie cake.
Yeah, look, it's the first two words that threw me off, man.
Oh man. Did I just do Dom and I try again?
I do not remember.
Dom and I try again with Red Pill, even Rum.
Takenoko no Sato.
Rem, what is your opinion on Iron Lung?
Lawson cream puffs.
Rem is now Fooly and or Cooley.
Family Mart cheesecakes.
Umbrasite.
Family Mart puddings.
Big Rare Kumiko.
7-Eleven matcha desserts. There are just apparently a whole lot of them.
That Mouse Girl.
7-Eleven warabi mochi with kinako.
Truckoon Operator number 42.
Okay. All right, JapanTaste.com. You can't just say limited edition seasonal treats. That is not a helpful list.
Oh my god.
But Sakura snacks, then. Let's just call it that, because that's a common seasonal flavor.
Bon Clay Goat and Kuma has the saddest backstory.
Uha Mikakuto Kororo White Muscat Gummies.
Sammy K is here to remind you that you've got Uno and it's free, you fucking Belmont.
Fruit Sandals.
Roscop.
Ichigo Milk Candy.
Carver 271.
Tohato Caramel Corn Puffs.
Chris Thorstad wants Rem Daddy to take the wheel.
Gari Gari Kun.
Spoonman the Aristocrat is here for Bardic Works.
I know this one. Haagen-Dazs cups.
Power Cells WWE question of the month. Which superstar has your favorite entrance themes? Mine's Obafemi. Obafemi's so fucking good.
I don't think I've heard it.
Yeah, he's relatively new, but man, he's a big boy.
A big boy with a big entrance?
Oh yeah, he's great.
All right. They can have Lawson Uchi Cafe ice cream sandwiches.
The Great Buttball of Despair misses you.
Onigiri.
Beethoven 1201.
Specifically 7-Eleven salmon onigiri. This list is fucked.
Tums.
Family Mart Fami Chiki.
Silent Secondary.
Lawson Karage-kun.
Miguel DeLeon.
7-Eleven fried chicken.
And Allfather 413.
Umaiwa corn puff rings.
And now we move on to the inappropriate Joey Wheeler tier, where Sean, as Joey Wheeler, will give you a common narrative romantic relationship dynamic, and I will flesh it out for you.
Oh, will you now?
I will. On that list we got follow anime out of context on Blue Sky. Happy anniversary to the pod. Sean, may you find love as you found all of us. Uba.
You know what? Common relationship trope. Let's go with... I could just cheat and do, like, fucking dere tropes. I really could. It would be so easy. It would be
No, but not just dere tropes. Like, I mean, you could have, like, you go Tumblr rather than anime.
Tumblr rather... Oh, are you sure about that? All right. Okay. Well,
I'm looking for shit like enemies to lovers.
I was gonna save that one for the last because that was the first and only one I could think of. You know, How about yeah, that's not gonna help at all. Let's go with I mean, love at first sight. Does that count?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that one then.
And it's fantastic. The moment you two see each other, you absolutely fell in love. Unfortunately, they are blind, so it is unrequited.
So funny you mentioned that. Actually, I'm currently airing this season. There is a romance featuring a blind girl. So
man.
and people seem to be liking.
Haven't we covered one like that?
Deaf.
Didn't we?
We did one with a deaf girl.
Okay.
Look, man, they're different. They're very different.
Are they going to be that different in actuality, though?
Yes.
Look, I understand being blind and deaf are different. I don't
Does it
have confidence
does it help
that
if
anime depictions.
does it help if the dude is the Invisible Man?
Tonight is all about you, baby, and how you make me feel so good.
Let's see. How about let's keep it simple. Forbidden love. How about forbidden love?
And it is forbidden because it goes against the great prophecy. It is forbidden by not norms or customs. Actually, most people are rooting for it, but rather a dark cosmic magic that forbids it based on ancient contracts. And so to get together, you must kill the old god.
That sounds like the plot of a JRPG, honestly.
And last but not least, you might think I'm late, but I'm not. Happy 8-year anniversary. Here's to 1 year and 51 weeks more.
Ominous? that sounds like at that time frame they're gonna stop us one way or another. For that, you can definitely have enemies to lovers, because I feel like there's some ominous nature to that.
And the specific enemies are the Spoon Man and Porous Boris.
I didn't realize they had a falling out.
They started as great enemies. I would say approximately 20% of the holes of Porous Boris were carved out by the Spoon Man himself with his many spoons. So you can just imagine that Spoon Man carving out Porous Boris, his what little remaining leprous flesh he may have.
God, it's leprous.
He's more whole than man. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you want to reach out for a comment, question, feedback, or recommendation, you can send an email over onto animeoutofcontext@gmail.com.
Once again, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. We love and appreciate you very, very much. And as always, don't fuck your sister.
I'm
gonna have a hard time sleeping at night.
What's up, bitches?
Have you been told that you're lovable? Has anybody ever told you that in your life?
Here I am.